I am Master Sergeant Herman Morris of the 13th COSCOM, stationed in Ballard, Iraq. I'd like to say to Priest Anthony Holmes,
are you ready for some football?
Yeah. A short message to Priest: lean forward in the foxhole, move forward in a positive direction. I'd like to make a shout out to my wife Norma, my daughters Marsha, Tanya, and Stephanie, to my son-in-laws Jeff and Mike, and to all the wonderful people back in the good old USA. We give you love.
Now, Priest may not have looked emotional while watching that, but he told me on the inside he was feeling a lot, including butterflies, about seeing his dad. But Priest told me he was keeping himself together emotionally because he has a game to play. Al, he is ready for some football.
And the center, Mike Flynn. They start from the 32. A little toss back to Lewis. A lot of room, a first down. And what a way to begin for the Ravens, an 18-yard pick defense that kept all of the guys from last season despite finishing near the bottom of the league. And then Bowler has no place to go here.
You know, to keep all the same guys. I mean, they were a bad defense a year ago, and they kept the same guys. So you're starting off the year with a bad defense.
3rd down and 8 now. Bowler throws, caught. Randy Himes makes the catch, and Himes.
Offense. I mean, that's what this offense is all about. It just doesn't happen that way. I think that's the way it's planned.
2nd and 11, and Bowler's going to go deep. One-on-one coverage. Warfield is there tipping it, and it's out of bounds. So Warfield is able to break up the play. Taylor now comes into the backfield, flanking Bowler, who takes this snap out of the shotgun. Taylor stays in the block. The pass caught over the middle, but the tackle is made. 50-yard field goal. The ball will be spotted at the 40-yard line. Stover in his 15th season in the league, and Matt Stover boots it through.
You know, again, that's what Dante Hall will do to a kicking team.
And that's the 2nd time he's done it in this young season, as Priest Holmes goes through the middle. John Tate, free agent, went to Chicago. Wellborn came over from Philadelphia. They give it to Holmes, working behind that line.
Something miraculous happens on Sunday or Monday. There's no way he would be able to play.
Their next game is Sunday at Washington. Over the middle and wide open underneath is the tight end, the other tight end, Jason Dunn. When you say Kansas City tight end, went to Brett Favre School, Southern Miss. 2nd down and 11. Here's Holmes, and Holmes gets taken down, and you knew Ray Lewis would get into the picture sooner or later. 3-0 as we approach the halfway mark of the first period. Green down the sideline and hooking up with Johnny Morton, who makes the catch inbounds at the 12-yard line.
Threw an interception and a 103-yard return.
Marcus Coleman of Houston, and that was the game turner as they lost to the Texans. 2nd and 8. Green's going to pack it in and slides to a stop. The decibel level is over 100.
This is where the Chiefs love to go to Tony Gonzalez.
3rd and 2, and they go to the other tight end, Dunn. So it's the other tight end, Dunn, who makes 2 big catches. They took the timeout. It was 3rd down, a yard and a half, short 2, and Dunn over the middle gets into the end zone.
He said the game was real fast. He said now this year he understands defenses. He can read, and he's slowed down in the pocket.
Play fake, he gets chased, throws, and then it is dropped by Terry Jones.
And also run and throw it.
3rd and 10. They have Chester Taylor now in as the running back. The fake to him. Bowler over the middle. It's a wobbly pass that might have been tipped the way it came off his hand, and it was.
And let 2nd tight end do some damage.
And there's an inactive Eddie Kennison, who missed a lot of preseason, inactive tonight. And there is Holmes taking it about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 1, and a flag comes in at the end of the play.
Personal foul. Blow to the head. Number 55. Unnecessary roughness of the defense.
Between Dion and Lewis, they've got 2 pretty good sermonizers. 2nd and 14 from the 47-yard line. And that is caught by Gonzalez, and Tony is able to take the ball to the 35-yard line.
He said that helped him more than anything when he got his opportunity.
3rd down and 1, and now making his 52nd straight start. He gives it to Holmes. So here's a guy who doesn't play for 83 games, then makes 52 consecutive starts. A little more about Trent Green.
Yeah, I saw you talking to him earlier.
In fact,
there's another timeout.
2-on-1. So that's the end of the timeout situation for Kansas City. So they're out of timeouts. That's not that big a deal in the first half, but what is a pretty big deal is if you don't have a timeout, you can't challenge. Most of the crowd on its feet. Ravens looking for a key stop here. Green gets protected well, and that's knocked down by the ball-hawking safety Ed Reed, the man who replaced the man born in Denmark, Morten Andersen, who's now with Minnesota, and that kick is good. Jim Fossil, who coached the Giants for several years, fired at the end of last year and winds up as a senior consultant with the offense here. And Jamal Lewis is going to throw it back to Bowler, and Bowler's going to go deep and lays it out there right into the arms of Randy Himes for a touchdown. 57 yards.
Gunther Cunningham, and then ran right by him.
Wasted play, 1st and 20 now from the 22. And Holmes, but you could feel Lewis. I mean, you see him and you feel him.
You don't look at anything, but you see everything. And your first move is what he calls a pop. You know, he just moves both feet, just pops both feet.
You can see Ray Lewis was bloody. His nose is bloody. It's 3rd and 16, and the catch is made by Gonzalez, who was able to spin around and pick up the first down. He was about 2 yards shy when he hauled it in.
Will not let him get a first down.
18 yards on the 3rd down and 16. Green buys time with the fake. Hauls one to the outside. That's caught at the 44-yard line. Dante Hall.
He not only knew what he did, he knew what the whole offensive line did. He knew the receivers. He knew what everyone did on every play.
2nd and 5. Ball to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line. Again, that play action buying a lot of time for him, and that's caught.
In the Arena League, in Europe.
Some other league up in an indoor league up in the Montana area. This is Green. Play breaks down, and Green's going to pick up the first down and really take a shot.
Yeah, that's about 13 plays on this drive, I think.
2nd rushing first down of the season for Green. He gives the ball to Holmes, and Priest hurdles into the end zone. And so Holmes, a former Raven, gives KC the lead again. And what a very impressive drive for a team that gives up a 7-point lead on a trick play and then comes back. We'll be ready to play. That's what we're hearing from Green Bay. We think McNair will be ready to play, is what we're hearing from Tennessee. B.J. Sands from the 8-yard line. And the rookie gives him a little spark.
Power and the 245 pounds behind it.
5'11". 245, 3rd down and 2, and that pass is knocked up into the air and incomplete. Eric Hicks. They reached the settlement, and then when he was able to come back and play, he gave some of the money back. Here's Holmes, and Holmes gets wrapped up by Adalis Thomas. Forward progress might be out to the 6, and that's it as we come to the 2-minute warning in Baltimore. 8-yard line. Holmes and Priest. Ooh, he's close to picking up the first. He's finally forced out of bounds. He worked off of Tony.
All we got to do, don't worry about making a play. Beat your man and trust the defense. Oh, it's on. Oh, it's on, big boy. It's on. Come on. Will, I live for this, Will. I live for this. I live for this.
Well, right now he's going to stay on the field because Priest Holmes got just enough for the first down. Priest Holmes took it right to the 20-yard line, 12 yards. So here's Holmes. The question is, they spotted the ball right on the 20. And where is he out of bounds?
And remember, it's where the ball is when his foot goes out of bounds. So it's all about the ball. And it's where the ball is. His foot is on the line. The ball is here. That's where it should be spotted.
With one timeout.
After reviewing the play, the runner's foot hit out of bounds prior to making the line to gain at the 19-yard line.
So it's 4th down now. In the punt is Jason Baker, who's liable to do anything. This is a short end-over-end kick, 43-yard line. B.J. Sands. And this kid is electrifying this crowd tonight. And B.J. Sands with one man to beat and beats him for the touchdown. 58 yards. Kansas City 17, Baltimore 17. Coming up next, the halftime show when we come back after this message from the NFL and a word from our ABC stations. Not that that falls into the category of trick play, but Sam's running back a punt for a touchdown, and that's kept them in the game. And Green initially escapes a sack and then finally goes down a 3-yard sack. Anthony Weaver.
But 14 points.
This is Kansas City's 44th play. A near sack. Green stepping up, stepping away, throws and converts for a first down as Chris Horn makes the catch and takes it up to the second down and 3 now. There's Morton and there's McAllister looking into your picture. And Priest Holmes busts one into Raven territory, and Holmes takes it to the 41-yard line. So Priest Holmes closing in on 100 yards. He has accounted for his offense when he starts 25.2. He's right there among the all-timers. But he's at 500 because he's played on teams that haven't had good defensive units and give up a lot of points. Green again, this time to Gonzalez, and he has a first down.
And really improved this defense.
That foul from the spot, first and 18, and then again it's Horn. 5.5 minutes plus. 3rd and 3. Short drop, quick flip, and Gonzalez has no place to go as McAllister takes him out of bounds. Baker spots it. And the kick is good. So Kansas City takes the lead again with 8:19 left in the 3rd quarter. Next week, McNair should play, Favre should play on Monday night. From the 41-yard line, Bollert under pressure, wobbly pass that's caught out in the flat by Terry Jones, the tight end. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Under pressure and sacked. It's a 9-yard sack, and that's Lionel Dalton, who used to be a Raven. 3rd down and 21 with 6.5 left in the 3rd. Bowler surveys, 4-man rush. Line does a good job. He flips it outside, and it turns into a nice gain for Terry Jones, but he did step out of bounds, as you can see, about 2.5 yards short. We want you to accept the penalty. Why accept it? Perfect.
And
1
there's
yard
your
line.
5 yards right there.
Right there, Chad Williams. Bounces.
Kicking team
Hits
player number
Sands.
49. Foot was in on the goal line, therefore it is a touchback.
He's trying to reestablish position, but the knee has to come down before anything else were to happen. That's Chad Williams. He got the foot up, but he didn't get the knee down. Had he gotten the knee down, it would have been at the 1 yard line. And that pass is caught by Jason Dunn, but not caught now as they're ruling it incomplete, saying that in a triple figure night, and Gonzalez has caught 4 passes.
Isn't that a surprise this early in the games that Priest Holmes has over 100 yards? In fact, the Chiefs had over 100 yards in the first half.
26 totes for Mr. Holmes. Green protected well, and on 3rd and 10 is a flag thrown, and that is caught by Johnny Morton. Wrestled it away and possesses it and stays in bounds, and it's 1st and 10 now from the 40-yard line. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Holmes strings it out, and when it looks like there's nothing, he turns it into about an 8-yard gain.
He has to keep it alive.
2nd and 2. Holmes now over 5,000 yards as a Chief alone, and this is Blaylock.
Arms crossed.
Or anytime
drive.
soon. 1st and 10. Green. That's a 6-yard gain.
Coach, there's no way I can be getting double every play. It's just not possible. It's not possible. What? Look at the papers. It's not possible.
You know, here's Blaylock, and he picks up a first down. If I'm Mike Nolan, the defensive coordinator, Canton someday too.
Pretty exclusive club.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 22. Good play fake, again a ton of time, and Green throws, and that is caught by the diving Horn. The Chiefs have run an astonishing 40 more plays than the Ravens. From the 8 on 1st down, Holmes is back in the game, isn't he though? To the 1 yard line. From the 1 yard line, Holmes is the tailback. Gonzalez is in motion. They give it to Holmes, and Holmes is in again for the touchdown, his 2nd, behind a Will Shields block. And why not? The 9-time Pro Bowler leading the way for Priest Holmes, who went over 5,000 yards as a Chief alone tonight. The Baltimore Ravens at the 38-yard line. They've had the ball only 11 minutes in the game, and on first down, the pass completed to Chief territory at the Kansas City 40-yard line on first down. Toss back to Jamal Lewis inside the 35, and Lewis out of bounds. 2nd and 3 now. Lewis cuts it back, tough to bring down, 6-yard gain.
Years ago, that all games boiled down to the last 2 possessions.
There's Lewis busting tackles, and Lewis close to a first down. They've covered 45 yards from the 17-yard line. It's Lewis again, a healthy dose of Jamal Lewis. And Lewis again, it takes a couple of guys to bring him down, gain of 7. That's what happens when you're right-left-handed. 2nd down and 3, but it illustrates how tough he is at the end of the game. He comes out for 3rd down and goal, ball at the 8-yard line. Chester Taylor is the running back. A little fade to the corner of the end zone and not even in bounds. Himes was the guy, and a flag is thrown.
Kyle Bowler knew that he had to get rid of that ball, Al, because the Chiefs were coming on a blitz. He was looking back at the ball. He didn't do it. You have to let him do that.
Apart from that, they got it dead right. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. And that's intercepted in the end zone by Warfield. And you know what? There's a flag down on that.
I mean, he has to be upset with Bowler.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 44 in the defense.
Wow. Jamal Lewis. Touchdown. He was stopped at the goal line, but you could see him get his hand over the goal line, and the official comes in from the side and rules it a touchdown. 2nd and 10. Green is 18 of 26 for 195. Here goes Holmes to the short side of the field. Runs right by Lewis.
That's where that starts. If they don't do that, you are not going to have that kind of domination.
2nd and 8. Pass to the 42. Caught. Johnny Morton got free. Got inside Chris McAllister. Very big 3rd and 2. Deep drop. Green has it knocked down. Looks like he wanted to pull it down, so he can't get that one away.
Waiting for it. Trent Green started to throw, but he would have thrown it right to McAllister.
Jason Baker trying to pooch one. Down by 3. Begin this drive at their own 14-yard line with 5:50 to play in the 4th quarter. And Bowler to throw on first down. And Bowler finds his man underneath. He knows the flag is coming. 1st and 25 now. They need breathing space. And Lewis gives them a little.
Clock is running out. Somewhere in the game, your quarterback does have to make a play.
2nd and 19. Tries to make a play here. Gets good protection. Slings one. Incomplete. And here, you know, I go back to the beginning of the game and go back to the 2000 season.
He can make some first downs running. Hasn't done any of those things tonight.
3rd and 19. Big conversion here. Otherwise, they have to start taking timeouts on defense. And a big play by the Chiefs for the sack. Eric Hicks is the first guy, 98, who comes in. Huge play. Forced to punt from deep in their own territory. Casey will get the ball, seeking to take as much time off the play clock as they can, seeking to make Baltimore use its timeouts, and they begin with Holmes. And Priest has nothing cooking there, and they lose 7. And Bielefeld, 2nd and 16, hold off calling the timeouts on this side of the 2-minute warning. See what happens here. Green's going to sling one to the outside, and that's incomplete. So this is setting up perfectly for Baltimore. 6 defensive backs in there for the Ravens on 3rd down and 16 underneath. That is caught well short of the first down. Chris Horn. Ravens tonight 213 offense, but 250 on return yardage. Most of that Sam's. Musa Smith now comes into the game. Jamal Lewis is on the bench with 2 minutes to go. And a 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Well, they probably figured they're not going to run anymore, and Jamal Lewis isn't a pass receiver nor pass blocker.
They go out of the shotgun. So Kansas City can think about playing the pass. But here they come anyway with the blitz. Bowler stays up, and then his own man takes him down, but that was Benny Sapp.
Before Bowler even saw him come, they blitzed off both slots.
Now a 4-man rush, conventional, and Bowler's pass is underthrown. 47-yard line. Chiefs rush 4. Underneath, caught, 38-yard line, and then tackled immediately is Kevin Johnson. And now they're going to take a timeout here. They could have
This is not a blitz situation for him here. Not a blitz look, although they are blitz.
Here they come. And Bowler's going to throw deep. And the pass is incomplete and almost caught by Kevin Johnson. He was with Greg Wesley. Reached for it. Almost was able to get it back into his body, but can't. Indianapolis. Meanwhile, Priest Holmes tonight. 125 yards, the big man for KC. And the Chiefs needing a win desperately. Pull one out. 27-24 over the Baltimore Ravens.